Hello, beautiful souls. Well, it is 3-3, and wow, I don't know about you guys, but I've been noticing a lot of shadow work opportunity. Let me put it like that for myself. And so I have been taking the opportunity and diving into the shadow, and more so the beliefs and why, and I just had to use such gentleness with myself surrounding decisions I made when maybe I didn't know better, but now I do. But it is unfair for us to judge ourselves for past decisions based on what we know right now. But what I've noticed, just what I've seen is a lot of insecurity coming up to the surface. And I mean, I don't mean, like, for me, it's not been in relationship, but I have noticed it coming up like crazy in relationships too, all around me. And so I guess the best thing I can even say right now is to just slow everything down. And if you notice that everybody around you is having a hard time, well, everyone around us is having a hard time. So we can approach with grace and open heart full of forgiveness and still set boundaries. And what I've found is being very direct in what I'm seeing and noticing. Almost, being direct and asking for clarification. Because a lot of what I'm seeing is that people don't really fully realize or not conscious of their behavior right now. It's weird. And this is with people that normally are pretty conscious. But I will say there is this huge collective push to just kind of act out. There's like this overwhelm, pressure, hatred. It's kind of weird. Like division, you versus me, I'm against you, are you on my side or not kind of energy. And what's really trippy is that this whole Venus thing, Venus going retrograde too, is that for most of us, what we really want and how we see love of all kinds, not just romantic love, how do we want love to show up in our life? How do we deal with that love? Like looking at our current relationships of all kinds, are we reciprocating? And is it positive? And I mean by that, it seems like any little thing that is toxic, I can't do it right now. Like it is making me be like, nope, next. And even if we've been friends for a while, I just have no bandwidth right now to have that in my life. And it's funny because out in Facebook land or wherever, I saw this video recently that talked about, having one toxic person in your inner circle reduces your productivity. It diminishes your vibration. It can change. The bad apple effect is true, right? You don't want to be in a bag with a whole bunch with a bad apple, because it'll probably mean that your other apples are going to be infected, maybe even just on the inside where you can't tell yet. And funny, I just bought some pears and that happened. They looked beautiful on the outside, and I cut in and they were brown around the all the seeds, and I was like, huh, interesting. It's like this push to get really clear for ourselves. How in our own lives are we not open to receiving love? Like, even if it walked right up to you, would you push it away? Because that's what I was noticing the other day, is that I might just push it away. And this whole thing about, self love and self care, you know, I had a friend tell me the other day that care is the physical manifestation of love. And that really made sense. You know how people talk about self care and self love, and, everybody wants me to define it. But I loved it when I heard that. I was like, that is so simple, but it is so true. Like, what do you really care about? Do you care about yourself? Are you putting yourself at the top of your list of things to take care of? How's your nutrition? How are you exercising? Right? How are your relationships? Are you taking care of what needs to be done? How, your daily 3D physical life, are you paying your bills? Are you secure in your situation because you are taking care of yourself? And yeah, for some of us, that does mean a salt bath here or there or a massage, but that's not what I'm really talking about. I'm like, when you begin to feel out of sorts, what do you do for yourself? What is the action that you take that shows that you love and respect yourself? Do you just keep pushing through, or do you take a break? And do you slow everything down, and you might even cancel plans you already made? I know for me, I've been really, really tired. Like going to bed. I know, look at me. I look really tired. I slept a long time last night. I think I was in bed for like 12 hours, and I was awake for like 2 or 3 in the middle of the night of that, but that's still a good night's sleep. I'm still tired. I don't know about you, but I've been drinking a lot of water, but I am still dehydrated. Um, I still don't feel grounded. Even though I went outside, I sat on the earth, I am having a hard time remaining grounded right now. I feel like I'm floating. My consciousness feels very strange. Now, this might be a symptom of just having gone through a huge consciousness shift. A lot of the times, you don't, at least for me, I feel like this, like, whoa, it's like, which way's up? What's going on? Am I getting sick? When you really start to feel different. And as I'm integrating and working through this, sometimes I'll know later, like, oh, that's what's happening. But it feels really weird right now. No joke. So I'm just listening to music that makes me feel good. Usually that's like mantra music or ohms or frequencies. I did a couple yoga nidras already, shorter yoga nidras today, because when I talk about this pressure that I'm feeling, it's like compressing my nervous system, my head, my upper back, my back, like the back of my head, my neck. I keep going like this. It's like really, and it's right here across my head. And so, I'm just feeling in, and I'm like, what can I do? Just try to reset, 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 get plenty of rest and hydrate like crazy. And now I'm like, okay, enough. I have a lot of stuff to do. So I have a lot of stuff to do today. And I have been resting, and I have been recuperating, and I have been slowing it down. And I'm like, okay, now it's time to get up and get moving. Like, I was going to take a walk. I don't know if I'm going to have time now because I did another yoga nidra. Um, But we'll just see what happens. But it's time for me to get started on what I need to, what I got to get done today. So anyway, that's what I'm feeling with this latest energy push. What are you guys doing? What are you guys noticing? Love you guys.